so Drake is suing his own label, UMG, and Spotify, launching an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to boost Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us. He claims the companies worked against him in his beef with Kendrick to artificially inflate his streaming, I think he means streaming numbers, not
Yeah.
steaming. Like sometimes it's my fault, but sometimes it's not my fault.
Sometimes they write
Anyway,
it that way. Um,
at any rate, this to me, like off the top, is the like this is like a capital L. This is just a capital L.
it's
I
such an
was telling somebody else that this is antithetical to hip hop. This is
It's the reason we
antithetical to
say
hip
he's
hop.
not like us because you called
Right.
the law,
This
bro. You called the law. You
exemplifies.
tried to file a RICO case on a black man. That's crazy.
Yeah, this exemplifies exactly like you can't take it. You got butt hurt because he got you good. I was trying to think about what kind of response Drake could have had to Not Like Us.
Just being quiet, just fading into the background until it was time to
No, my response if Kendrick was lying would have been
Uh-huh.
fight me, nigga.
Oh, right.
Like
If he was lying,
saying,
yeah.
right?
See,
If Kendrick was lying, I wouldn't have got quiet. I wouldn't have shut up. None of that. If Kendrick was lying, all my bars would have been about, so see me in the ring, homie. Let's
right,
go.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Drake wasn't
Like
trying.
he could have come back on that. If he was on that attitude, like my whole thing would have been like, oh, I gotta kick this nigga's ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing else to do. Like there's no more words to say. Like, you know, it's not gonna be on site when I see you because we both making money, nigga. But you put your money where your mouth is. That's
I
where it
mean,
would have been.
that would have been a more credible response.
Right.
People would have respected that more than what this is crazy. This is a crazy response, and it's hypocritical as hell. And he's literally suing the music industry for being the music industry. That's what the music industry does. Like
Well, you know
it's
what? I think that there may be some merit to his suit, but
if
that's besides the point. You know what
you
I'm
don't do
saying?
that, you don't do that. That's
Right. We
like
don't do that in hip hop. That's not how it works, right? You know
universal
what
no
I'm saying?
snitching policy between at least Black Americans. I know that much.
Yeah. We don't
Maybe
do that in hip hop. That's not how we get down.
that's crazy.
But I got some news for you.
What's that?
I got some news you ain't heard.
What?
Drake filed another lawsuit against UMG because they didn't refuse to release Not Like Us. UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or require the offending material to be edited and or removed.
Please, pray tell, what is the offending material he's referring to?
Wop, 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 wop.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Yeah, I mean, he's mad.
Yeah, he's mad, mad.
Here's the thing,
Now he's
um,
suing him for releasing the song in the first place. So he
which is
got two
weird,
different
right?
things cracking. So
Yeah,
look,
two different.
I'm just saying he keeps making the L bigger and bigger and bigger. He keeps stretching it out. Like it's not covering his whole body yet. At first it was on
I
his
know.
forehead, then it made it to his chest like a Superman symbol. But he trying to stretch all out in that mug, trying to make it a tent.
I think, yeah, basically, he's trying to just cover himself in bitch assness. Um, but I was gonna say that I know
You
he's
know,
hired lawyers and there's words and stuff, but all I hear is wah.
that's right, right. And that's unfortunately one of the few things that I heard Diddy say that I repeated was bitch
That
ass.
bitch ass. Yeah,
But
that's the
it's a good phrase, right? It's a good phrase. So, I mean,
basically it's hip hop
right?
official.
Because
Yeah.
because you see a lot of that bitch assness, you know what I'm saying? So, um, uh, I forget her name. What's her name? Brown Girl Grinding did
Oh
a
yeah.
breakdown on what the first did. This one just popped out. This one is from like like 12 hours ago, not even 12 hours ago. So, this one hasn't really cracked just yet. They're still talking about the other one. But she does a little breakdown, so let's check it out.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, this is more on this. Okay, so Drake has launched a second bombshell legal action against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, accusing the music giant of defamation and claiming it could have halted the release of a song, falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. Now, there's some merit to that.
There's
I
some,
get it. There
but
is some
also
merit to
he
that.
falsely made accusations too. So it's like, are you playing the game or are you not? At
Right. That's the
the time?
problem I have too. You know what I'm saying? What's good for they
Hypocrisy is
both
my
were playing the game. They both were playing the game. Kendrick just played it better.
right. And now you
A day
can't do
after
that.
filing, what'd you say?
Can't do that just because you didn't play as well as the other player. That's like, I want to go again, or like something other also not, allowed in game playing, as far as I'm
So a
told.
day after filing an action in New York accusing UMG of illegally boosting Lamar's track on Spotify, Drake's company leveled similar claims in Texas court regarding radio giant iHeartRadio. The new filing, filed late Monday and made public on Tuesday, claims UMG funneled payments to iHeart as part of a pay-to-play scheme to promote the. So, you know,
Okay. So
uh
he's doing it to people, right? Like he's exposing the music industry for the.
well, the thing is, you know how you were just saying that they all do it?
Mhm.
Like he was doing it too? That reminds me of this clip here. Let me show you. Oh wait. Remember that?
Sisters for hoes. That's right.
Don't it make you think he probably did send the cease and desist now? Now it sounds more like in his character, don't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like
He probably did that.
now it sounds like something he would do, right? But
So
check this out. We were talking about
Drake used. Nah, I'm gonna read the lyrics, man. Fuck yeah, I'm not. I work hard for this shit, and all
oops.
these other YouTubers work hard for this shit. I'm not giving anything back to the label while at the same time promoting your artist. Like fuck out of here. So it was a big headline and a big deal when Kendrick said, "Hey man, for all those reacting to not like us, we're gonna whitelist." To me, that was good strategy. You know what I'm saying? That Drake could have done the same thing.
Yeah, we
For
talked about
sure,
that.
Drake could have done the same thing. I tell you one further, and I'm gonna be honest, and I haven't said this, and I was approached during the battle by a team connected with the OVO side and
Oh, you
asked me to show the boys some love. Again, I was being as unbiased as possible. I was calling it like I see it, but they asked me, "Yo, we know you're unbiased." Really said it. We know you're unbiased, and we like that you're unbiased and you really try to call it straight. But can you show the guy some love? And no money was offered. No, absolutely no money was offered. But you know, they kind of offer some things, some information, some access, and say, "Yo," and we'll make it that you could play his songs in your videos. We'll whitelist it. Ultimately, I declined. Ultimately, I declined for my own personal reasons. I just feel like my allegiance is to y'all. If I took that and swayed one way, then I just wasn't being myself. And then how could y'all trust me after that? I never thought I would talk about it, but in reading this, all I'm saying is both sides. If this is true about UMG and not like us, and paying the podcast and we know the whitelisting is true, and trying to get promotion for the record through podcasters and streamers, and if that is true, all I'm saying is, and the reason why I share that is that, hey, both sides were trying to play the game. It's just one side won, if that is true. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Both sides were trying to play the game.
I mean, I have another statement, but I'll wait. But who is this guy? I'm sorry, I don't know who it
I
is.
believe his name is Rob Markman.
And he's what, a DJ,
He's a podcaster, I believe.
because he
I
has
don't know. I've never seen him before.
producer. You can't just buy plaques like that. So he probably, well, he probably can now, but he's probably a producer, I would guess. Who was the eyewitness that supposedly, are you frozen?
Okay, so
I thought
yeah,
you were
but
frozen.
huh?
I thought you were
Yeah,
frozen
but
for a minute. Okay,
no.
go
Well,
ahead.
yeah, but I'm not doing deep dives on every individual. So you can
No,
ask
I
the
was just
questions, but you probably should like, saying like, I believe his name is Rob Markman, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I don't know who told him what. I don't know none of that stuff. I'm just showing you what he said. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know.
Like,
I didn't really like he looked away when he said when I told him no. I mean, that's classic. I don't know. I don't know him. I was just trying to gauge his credibility. But go ahead. Let's move on.
oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they would be contacting him. Do we need to look up Rob Martin? I feel like we're getting a little sidetracked.
And we don't have to. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Um, uh, what was I gonna do?
The
Yeah.
brown girl. Brown.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Brown girl, record.
So I'm reaching out. Y'all know I'm always trying to figure out why, because it made no sense. Like y'all know Kendrick just dropped the new project or whatever. Drake was already getting dragged for looking like whatever on that stream. Drake's been just looking very soft. Like
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. Right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Always live by.
I don't know what it is about light skin right now. Maybe because it's the winter and he ain't got no tan. He's just really in his feelings. But
She got a clown
he's
light
been
skin.
looking real crazy. And I felt like to do that back to back to back, the stream, you got new music that's supposed to drop from your artist. Why would you put yourself in that position? So I reached out and I spoke to someone close to Drake's camp, and here's what they told me. The reason why Drake decided to move forward with this lawsuit was because he felt like the record label, which is supposed to be his record label too, and he makes them a lot of money. Y'all know Drake is a huge artist. He felt like they were using this song and funding money that he helps them make to bury him as an artist. And y'all are probably like, what the hell? Like, why would a record label want to bury somebody that's making the money? So what's been happening behind the scenes is that Drake has actually been in negotiations, from what I'm hearing, with the label. He was making he had like a deal for like 4 million or something like that, but he was asking for 6 now with his deal being over and them renegotiating. So basically he felt like the label did everything that they could to make Kendrick Lamar's song the biggest song, this is all alleged, the biggest song, to basically disvalue him, so that now he's at a point where no label is going to want to give him more money than the deal that he just got, because he's having a hard time right now. He's not beating the allegations because Kendrick's song and everything that Kendrick did is doing so well. He looks crazy. He doesn't have.
Okay, so excuse me, real quick.
Mhm.
He wanted the smoke. I feel this, like what she's saying, and there may be some legitimacy to it. But you heard him rapping, come on, we waiting on you,
Right. Yeah,
right? What's taking you so long, right? He
I still don't know.
wanted the smoke, okay? And you cannot make a bad record good. One of my favorite examples of this is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Now, the Beatles version is a classic, right? But they did a movie like in the late 70s with Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees. You probably never heard of it. Because it was not good. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. So no matter how, and it was super huge promotion back in the day, right? So no matter how much you want to make something good, if it's not good, it's just not good. So Not Like Us is very good. It's
Right,
an
right.
excellent
It
song.
was
It's
instant
it's
hit.
it's almost a perfect song.
Right. So wait, let me say something too, about what she's saying, that Drake, for him to be surprised that UMG wasn't holding him down over another artist that's on their label is really strange to me. He's got to know the label has no, I mean, that, UMG especially, there's no allegiance, like there's no,
I think he's saying that they let Kendrick sully his name so they didn't have to pay him as much.
well, I mean, why wouldn't they? They're Universal Music Group. Like, why wouldn't they
I
do
don't,
that?
yeah, again, he wanted the smoke. This is what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, this is what
Furthermore,
you
but
asked for, huh?
if you look at it, like every single from Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, they all have deals on UMG. UMG wins no matter what happens, so they don't
Right.
care about him. They're not friends.
Well, they may have saved themselves a couple $100 million. That's something.
For them, I mean, good on them.
Yeah, like I said, like there may be some legitimacy to it, but ultimately he wanted this. He begged for it.
Ask for it, yeah.
He begged for it. He
Now
was
he's like,
asking for it. Yeah, he was asking for it back in the day. Remember when we talked about this before and I showed you the clip of Marcellus Wiley talking about how Drake went on, he said he wouldn't host the ESPYs if they played that clip of him going off on Kendrick?
yes.
It's time to get into this, man. I've been watching everybody talk about this Kendrick Drake beef. My go-tos are simple. I always go to No Shack Life and I go to Knox Hill. They break it down for me. Every new song come out, what they got to say about it. But then I felt like I was robbing y'all. I was like, oh, you know way too much about this beef, and you ain't showed the whole world exactly your cards, what you know. So let's do it right now. All right. And this beef actually came to me first. So we're going to go through this real quick. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible, even though it's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come. All right. So I met Kendrick Lamar. I'm from Compton, but I'm older. So I met Kendrick Lamar the first time when he came on our show, Sports Nation. Now, Max Kellerman loved Kendrick Lamar from Hello. It didn't hit me like that. I was like, is this Andre 3000 coming to Compton? So it took me a second to really register how great Kendrick was. Max kept telling me, dog, he dope, he dope, he dope. He did the same for Nipsey. I give Max his credit, right? He put me up on that game for those two. I remember Kendrick showing up. We chopped it up and he performed. Met Kendrick there. Obviously, you chop it up before the show. You do the show with him. You stay in touch, whatever it may be. So I know a lot of the TDE cast, right? I know Top Dog. I know Schoolboy and Kendrick. Now also one of my boys, one of my close friends, Jason Estrada, is his trainer and his dog. So they super close. So I know Kendrick a little bit. So Kendrick comes on the show. That's what, 2013. All right, respect to Kendrick. Now he's blown up, he's big time, he's doing that song, so y'all know he already household. The next year, we bring on Drake. Now Drake is hosting the ESPYs. Now I've told this story, but not in its entirety. Even when I told Vlad last month, I told him as much as I could tell him. But at that time, the beef wasn't where it is now. So I'm about to let y'all know exactly what I know. We bring Drake on. Drake comes on the show, and he felt a certain type of way about Kendrick. To me, it sounded like either jealousy or he wanted to really pat him on his head, be like, dog, that's cute what you doing, but you ain't me. They both came out, I think, around 2009 or whatever. I remember Drake was in the club first for me. And I was here, hey, all that kind of stuff, right? So he was banging. He took Kendrick on his first tour. So Drake had a national tour and took Kendrick. Kendrick didn't take Drake. Drake took Kendrick. So I'm like, all right, in this race, even if they started at the same time, Drake had the lead. To the point where you go to next year, 2014, Drake is on our show. It's Max Keller and myself. We doing the interview. And Drake going in on Kendrick. Now I was like, wait. The hell? Me and Max hitting each other like, oh, this dude talking that trash. He going in. It's about to go down. Our lives about to change. Because we about to be at the central, the epicenter of rap. Like we got the biggest beef going and he about to drop it right on our lap. Now we taped that show. So when that show came out, y'all didn't see the beef. Y'all didn't see what Drake said. Y'all didn't hear where Drake was coming from. What Drake was saying was basically like, Kendrick, you ain't me. Kendrick, I'm the big dog. I got the numbers. I got the machine. I am the machine. Stay in your place, little man. We heard it all, but ESPN recorded it all. So they got the tapes. They like Adele with Spygate. They got the tapes. We ain't got them, but we got the receipts. Max Drake comes out, and this is Kendrick all on our show. Now, this is one part nobody knows. So at the time when it happened, I'm like, damn. And I get on the phone with Top Dog. I get on the phone with TDE. I get on the phone with them dudes. And I told them what happened. Now, it was fresh in my mind at that time, and we chopping it up. And they was like, all right, big homie, don't do nothing. Don't say nothing. So why I was so coded for so long is because I was like, oh, this ain't my beef. This is their beef. They know the art of war. I'm gonna let them handle that, especially because we didn't have the receipts. So I thought it was out of place, out of turn for me to be talking and speculation. Somebody say, back it up. I ain't got no tapes. Goodell got them. ESPN got them, right? What y'all seeing right now is them handling it back then. What y'all seeing right now, the intensity, the volume, the frequency, why Kendrick stay ready, he ain't gotta get ready, is because in 2014, he already knew this is where this was headed, right here. Real talk. So that's it. I was like, whoa. And I got intel that Kendrick got a volume. You know how he said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5? Kendrick got so many songs ready for this dude. That's why Drake want to tap out. That's why Drake want to kneel down, right? Drake want to run the clock out. Drake, I'm gonna be real. You started it. Don't act like Control Verse did that. Nope. Because everybody who got dissed in that song really got props, got praised in that song, took it like they knew what it was. It was love. And you took it like, oh, it was a problem. Then you came on our show, dissed this dude, then hid behind your team, let them call our bosses, producers, everyone a part of this show, and told them, hey, dog, if y'all let that interview go, I'm not hosting ESPYs. Facts. You literally told ESPN, if y'all put out that show where I'm dissing Kendrick because I took his props the wrong way, I'm not hosting y'all ESPYs. They not like us. They not like us. So, just because I respect battle, I'm a baller, I play ball, this is where you at right now, big dog. This is funny. I just want to end on a light note because I ain't got no issues with either one of these dudes, but trust me, from when it first happened to the fact that I was hella mad that we couldn't put it out there, just put the video out there, shoot. If it was live, he couldn't have said nothing. But we taped it that day randomly, probably on purpose because he knew he needed an out just in case. And now we here. Kendrick was like, okay, damn, Kendrick maniacal. You know how maniacal you gotta be? Kendrick about that life. I'm gonna wait 10 years.
I mean,
Right. So, like, Drake's been filed for a minute, as far as I could tell.
yeah, they've had beef for way more years than I even knew about. My son brought me up to speed on that.
So, let's check.
Forever.
What? I'm
No,
just.
it's been
Music out,
forever.
the music that he did try and put out and all that. Remember he put out that big file of all that like the videos and all that stuff. It went nowhere. Nothing right now is sticking from him but drama like this. So from what I was told, aside from a person, close to his camp, was that the reason why he put this lawsuit out is because he felt like it was his only way to kind of, it's more about the label and not about Kendrick. Y'all know it's still going to look crazy, so it doesn't matter. But he basically wants the label to understand that he's going to fight. Like, he's asking for his money. He wants more money than what he was in the deal for prior to. And again, I was told that it was $4 million. Now he's asking for 6. But that's not what they're trying to do. So they're basically, in his opinion, and what he's alleging, is that the label is trying to corner him where he'll have to sign with them, because where else are you going to go if they're not going to give you more money than what we're already offering you? And now you can't ask us for more money either. He also, from what I was told, felt away. And you guys remember, there had been a lot of conversation around the fact that there was supposed to be some like cease and desist or whatever allegedly sent when Spotify put up the Not Like Us song, and all the other streaming platforms too, because remember, Kendrick used the photo of Drake's house on the map, and then there was a whole shooting at the house or whatever. I'm not connecting the two whatsoever, but what I'm told is that Drake also brought that up to his label. Like, y'all, if I was a Taylor Swift, like, I'm a big artist, I make y'all a ton of money, I'm like one of the biggest artists in the world. If I was a Taylor Swift, y'all would protect me. Y'all would go to hell and back for me, and that's not what's happening. I've asked for my, the address, the location of my house on this map to not be used as the art for this song. Y'all didn't go fight for that. I've asked for more money. Y'all basically trying to stall me out and tell me I'm not worth the more money that I'm making y'all, but y'all are literally living off of me as an artist. And from what he's saying, at the same time, I'm finding out that you guys are using that money to fund my rival, like literally my rival act, versus just like, you know what I mean, putting money up on both sides and just letting the culture do what it does. And
That's funny because it speaks to your point. Of course, they're using that money for other artists. Like, that's what they do.
They do. That makes them so much more money.
That's how they make money. Like,
if one of them died, knock on wood, not that that's going to happen, but if one of them died, they'd make so much more money. Like, that's just like, that's the way that the labels have been
But
working.
the artist generates revenue for the music company, and the music company is entitled to spend their revenue however they like.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So if they
Yeah.
spend the revenue that they make from an artist that's big to develop another artist or
Right.
to make a music video or to,
Whatever they
whatever
want.
they want to do, they
I
can
mean,
spend it on whatever they want to do.
Drake, for him to start this beef or like to engage
Mhm.
during the negotiation of a new deal with your label was even more stupid. I didn't even realize that he was negotiating at the same time. Like that's so dumb. Because all you have
Yeah,
to do is
she's
drop a bad
she's
verse
giving Drake a
and
lot of play in this
like
situation.
a lot of allowances. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, you got to tighten that up a little bit. But I hear where, but I also hear where she's. It's a good thing because I kind of hear where Drake is coming from a little bit. You know,
I mean, I
he's
do,
not
but
wrong.
it's not he's not right
Here's the
either.
thing
Like
is,
he's
he's not wrong about how he feels this went down and how it got handled. He's wrong to sue about it. You know what I'm
who the
saying?
fuck
Like,
cares about your feelings? Like since when do we care
right,
about your
dog, you
feelings?
lost. I would have just,
Yeah.
I would have either been like, fight me, or I would have just disappeared for like a year,
Right. Just,
6 months,
you should feel quiet. You should feel
and came
quiet
back
for
with
like, yeah, like six
right,
months.
and just came back with fire.
Yeah. It's
I think
wild.
Anyway,
one of the biggest things is
Yeah.
that even in the song "Not Like Us," right? Kendrick uses the word pedophile. We all know the
Fine,
allegations
pedophile.
and all of that stuff or whatever. Even though Drake has not come out specifically and responded to a lot of those things directly, we know bro is butthurt. Like you have to be. There's no way you're not upset about that. The whole world. You got kids in freaking fifth grade talking about he's a 69 guy. Like there's no way that you're not going to be upset about that. But he feels like basically the label was supposed to protect him more from stuff like that, especially with another artist on their label who they could have blocked certain things for or from and things like that, but they didn't do it. So this right now, him suing his label, is his play and letting them know, like, yo, listen, like I'm not gonna sit here and take about it. Again, there was another conversation behind the scenes that I've been told was not true. But there were rumors that Drake was trying to make it where Kendrick could not perform Not Like Us on the Super Bowl stage. Again, I was told by a source close that this was not true. But to me, I'm looking at this lawsuit and the timing of it. I'm like, why would you do that? Right? Like, it just doesn't look good for him. But if I'm a corporation, if I'm the NFL, this is so messy right now. This lawsuit is so messy. And if the evidence that Drake's camp is claiming that they have in this lawsuit actually comes out, and that's what's going to happen, because he's asking in the lawsuit like, yo, I need a deposition. I want everything to be looked through, evidence. I want phone calls, text messages, emails, because I want to know, because right now he's just suing Universal Music Group as a whole. He's saying, yo, I want to like dig deep. I want to know everything so that I can, number one, come up with who exactly I need to be suing, what I should be suing them for, like what are the crimes, and I want everybody to know what's going on whatsoever. So I'm being told that it's not even specifically about Kendrick. Kendrick was just like the backdrop of it all, because these money conversations and negotiations were going on prior to, but then things got real crazy when Not Like Us dropped. So Not Like Us is like the gift that will not stop giving to Kendrick, but it is the devil that won't stop haunting for Drake.
So that's that it's so much more work. What is the word? It's worse than I imagined before. Because if you think about it, what he's asking for is for the label to go through lyrics and like think past this lawsuit. If it was to actually win, which I don't think it would, he's basically setting the stage for them to go through people's lyrics with fine-tooth combs and fact check all the lyrics and make sure that, they're
no, I
not
don't think he's talking about
liable.
lyrics. I think he's talking
Oh,
about
no,
the
he's saying,
the
well,
finances behind the scenes. See,
okay.
because
So
we
he's not
all
saying he doesn't want to prove that the pedophile shit is not real. That's not
no,
what
no,
he's saying. Okay,
no.
that's what I
In
got from that.
fact, in fact, I got to show you this now because you said that. Oh my goodness. Uh, oh man.
But he's still basically talking, because this is the thing: when an artist signs a record deal, they in their contract they all have the right to perform an audit, and it's usually quiet. It's done quietly. It's just so that you can know, like, am I getting the money that I'm supposed to be getting? Was something stopping me from getting the money that I was supposed to be getting, et cetera, et cetera. So he could have done that quietly. So he's asking for a public audit, basically, which is
Yeah, he wants everything to be public.
right.
But
It's
I
like
don't
an
know
attempt,
why. But listen, one thing that she said actually resonated with me. He
which
does not want that song on the Super Bowl. And if he
right.
manages to get it off the Super Bowl, I will count this as a win for Drake.
I was
he
thinking
does,
he's working for
you know
Lil
what I'm
Wayne.
saying? If he manages to work it out so Kendrick can't do this at the Super Bowl,
Right.
I will count
As
this
he
as a
should.
win for
Yeah.
Drake
Yeah.
because I totally like I understand right now. Like I could be panicking, like pacing back. Oh, he can't do this at Super Bowl. He cannot do this at the Super
Oh
Bowl.
yeah,
He
I know. I would be
cannot do
freaking
this
out
at the
too.
Super Bowl. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like I get that part. I really get that part. Like, okay, all right, I understand your motivation, bro.
To some
You
extent, but think about the publicity that Kendrick can have about not being able to do it at the Super Bowl could actually bring more attention to the song because people that normally because the Super Bowl is a whole nother
I
market,
know.
and they're just going to be like either way they're going to look check for the song. Either way, it's gonna I would have just been quiet. This best move would have been quiet.
I know. We're gonna see how it plays out. But check this out.
Everybody's talking about the
Really
fact that Drake
special
is suing
retardation.
Universal Music Group, claiming that they artificially boosted They Not Like Us using bots and payola and other illegal tactics. But what I want to talk about is he just got off that live stream talking about, as you can see, I'm fully intact, stood up, showed off his outfit and the bald patch in the middle of his head because his barber don't fuck with him either. And in that, he said, you need facts to do me in. Fairy tales won't do it. My question is, why didn't you sue Kendrick? If what Kendrick said is not true, if it's a fairy tale, why didn't you sue him for defamation? You sued UMG because you're tired of us picking on you. Mr. Melanin Deficient, your white lineage is showing. I told y'all 2 years ago, Aubrey Graham is a
People
white
over there.
woman on layaway. He is a white woman trapped in a half black body that is on layaway. And once she cashes in all them payments, she gonna start acting in her full whiteness. Are y'all seeing it yet? He not like us.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. Like he's just proving it. He's not like us. Like we are not doing that.
That's
That's
cracking me
why
up. That little cackles in
her
Capricorn. I'm a
cackle's hella funny.
Capricorn.
Hella funny. Yeah, the captions.
I'm a
Oh,
Capricorn.
I
So,
heard,
huh?
oh yeah. No, I
Yeah.
was gonna say that I heard something funny too. Shout out to the hood Negro that I saw on TikTok. I don't know your name, but he said, how's he gonna claim that bots were making the sales go the numbers go up? He said when that shit went 3 times platinum in my house alone. We were all there.
Yeah, it would be different if it wasn't a really good song. It's a
Right.
really good
Yeah.
song. I mean, it's just, it's just a good song. It's so good. So good. I don't even know. I mean, like, in fact, I liked Kendrick Lamar okay, but
Mm.
this song and the new project made me a
Mhm.
fan probably. The new
Yeah.
project I really like. I mean, I'm a old school hip hop head though. I mean, I like beats and I like rhymes and I like it to be funky and make you want to dance to it and stuff. And so a lot of the headier stuff or the more lyrical stuff, although I have an appreciation for it, it's not my favorite kind of hip hop. My favorite kind of hip hop is the stuff that turns the club up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. 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 I like the stories and the just lyrical.
well, you could do that and turn the club up because if I play children's story,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
everybody's gonna hit the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right?
Halloween. Yeah.
I appreciate all the different forms, but I just wish they would. I just like beats and hooks, and
The visuals too. He's doing really great stuff with the visuals. Drake is not. I mean, if we're comparing the two, Drake is not. He's not killing it with the videos at all like Kendrick is. Like Kendrick is taking like these really empty spaces and doing incredible stuff with it, incredible colors, like homage. Like it's just dope what he's doing. So it's
Well,
just
Kendrick also has something that Drake doesn't have. He has culture.
Black American culture.
I don't know what Drake's culture is, but he was pretty much raised by a white lady in Canada, from what I understand, right? I could be wrong about this,
Yeah,
but
that's fine. I was raised by a white woman partially, like I'm mixed too, but Canada,
no,
yeah, it's
no,
Canadian.
I'm not saying about his mixed hair. I'm not commenting on that specifically. What I'm saying is that that environment is not a black environment,
Right.
is all I'm saying, right?
Right.
Um,
Given Kamala.
Look, I grew up in Compton until I wasn't in Compton.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So like, I wasn't in a black environment. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm hating on him for it or saying something's wrong with it. He just didn't grow up in a black environment.
And his lyrics imply otherwise. He says,
Well, that's the criticism that a lot of people have of him of being that sort of culture vulture type thing, right?
no true
Not a
activism.
colleague, you a
Yeah.
colonizer.
Exactly. And I want to say a little fun fact that's crazy. And I'm surprised that Kendrick may or may not have missed this. Maybe he didn't want to. It's a little complicated. I can show you on paper. But the funny enough, the founder of the parent company of Universal, Vivendi, the founder of that company, which there's a ton of brands underneath them, is actually Napoleon Bonaparte III. And I do not kid you at all. You can look it up on Wikipedia, and he's the original colonizer. I thought that was very funny. Original,
Okay, say that again for me because it hit me, and
right? It's so
I feel like
crazy.
I'm getting a headache because I don't want to get in there. Say that again.
When I saw it, I was like, the
Napoleon Bonaparte the Third.
third is the
There's a
founder
Napoleon.
of
First
Vivendi.
off, let me let that sink in that there is a Napoleon Bonaparte the Third. Right?
He's
Let
no
me just.
longer. He's no longer, but yeah,
Okay. So he's dead. Is there a fourth?
probably. I believe there is. There's
Uh,
bloodline. Yeah,
okay, so
but I'm
that's
gonna show
very
you.
interesting in itself. Okay, so this person, Napoleon Bonaparte the Third, is who?
He is the founder of Vivendi, which is the parent company of Universal, all Universal UMG.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
It goes deeper than that, but that's a different show. But I'll show you
Wow.
just in a second.
That is
Yeah.
a fun fact. Wow.
Don't you agree that
Excuse me.
Napoleon was the original colonizer with his short ass?
I don't know because they tell us history backwards a lot of
I
times.
don't even know if he was a real person.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
They
He
tell us
did a
history
lot.
backwards a lot of times, so I'd have to look into that before I have a definitive thing. One thing I know is that he wasn't particularly short.
Uh-uh. Like,
Yeah, I believe he was 5'6" or 5'8" or something like that.
man,
He wasn't like
like Kendrick.
the way he's depicted as being like, minuscule, but he
Right,
wasn't
right, right.
necessarily, super short.
Like way taller than Kendrick, right?
How tall is Kendrick?
He's like 5'6" or something. I can
I
ask
don't know.
ChatGPT. I'll tell you later.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll be like, fight me,
Crazy
Kendrick.
shit.
That would be the name of my song. Fight me, Kendrick.
Right when you like, catch me outside,
Like,
Kendrick.
I need to beat your ass. Let me the hook. I need to beat your ass. I need to beat your ass.
I mean, yeah, that would have
They be
been
bouncing
way
to it. I
more
need to
respected.
beat your
People would have
ass.
been like,
What?
a fight, a Negro and a white.
Right? For real.
Oh, he's 5'6".
Huh?
He's 5'6".
Okay. Yeah, he's
So
not
that's
very tall.
shorty porty.
All
The height is slightly below the average for the American man,
right.
which is approximately 5'9".
All right. So check
So
this
yeah,
out.
Napoleon was actually average.
All right. So check this out.
I'm checking it out.
Drake used my video in a lawsuit against Universal Music Group? What? What a week it has been. First, we got the broccoli. Now, we get the paperwork. Now, this isn't an official lawsuit. It is what's called a pre-action petition. But Drake is basically claiming that UMG was using bots and other online tactics to push Kendrick's Not Like Us, inflate the numbers, inflate the streams, therefore degrading his image further in a song that called him you know what. Is this the guy who said never mind. This is a Supreme Court of the
I
state of
didn't
New
see it.
York document. If you scroll down a couple pages, one of the things that Drake is alluding to push Kendrick's Not Like Us, inflate the numbers, inflate the streams, therefore degrading his image further in a song that called him you know what. Is this the guy who said never mind. This is a Supreme Court of the state of New York document. If you scroll down a couple pages, one of the things that Drake is alluding to, online sources reported that when users asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by recording artist Aubrey J. Graham, Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified, an allegation against Drake. Now, it's interesting, this online source here, if you go to the footnote number 15, it will take you to an article on Vibe magazine, and in paragraph 2 it says Hip Hop DX's Jeremy Heck revealed the interesting tidbit in a video this past Wednesday. As fans saw the video and tried it out for themselves, they realized that it was happening to them as well. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify. I see dead people. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Now, as a reporter, Eventually, they all concluded that this was happening because Siri utilizes lyrics along with albums and titles to play what was requested with a vocal command in case the user does not know the actual song title. Research and figure it out because this is going viral. They identify things using lyrics within the song. I'm assuming this feature is for people who don't know the name of a song, but they know the lyrics, and they ask Siri to play it. And Siri, can you play Drop, 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 Drop on Spotify?
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying...
So it went to Family Matters by Drake. Siri, can you play Wop, 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 Wop on Spotify? Psst, I see dead people. So there you have it. You'd think that they would include that part in the paperwork, but...
Right.
Right.
That's pretty bad. For a lawsuit, like you should have done your research. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really have a leg to stand on. It's not personal.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna read the lyrics.
I feel like
The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns.
12 seconds later.
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale?
It's like a high schooler's way of looking at it. It's like, oh, she doesn't follow him. Kendrick's not on Whitney's close friends list.
This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. Huh? My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made the whole connection.
First of all, he misreads the text. The text itself is about the fact that his mother assumed that he must have been abused because of the abuse that she suffered herself.
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested.
Is this nigga serious?
You mentioned an A minor, but niggas got a B sharp.
B sharp is just C. Do you know what the minor alternative to C major is? A minor. Hey, BBL Drizzy, I don't know if you want to use that B sharp line.
Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's.
I love him. We just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more.
I never looked twice at no teenager.
17? Why do you look like that? You dick. Look at all this. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest and stuff.
Stop the cap.
I want to know where was that concert? Just for the sake of it all.
I have no idea. You be asking me the details. I do not know them.
Because it doesn't matter. It hold on. In Canada.
At any rate, in summing this up, right? We're gonna sum it up. We're gonna wrap it up. Hello?
Yes, sorry. So I was just looking. I do want to say this, that it says in
Yes.
Canada, the legal age of consent for sexual activity is 16 years old. So
Okay.
if he was in Canada, then it wasn't illegal or anything. I'm not sticking up for Drake. I'm just saying, like, in the
I know. Listen, like he could have came back and said, it's not like I took her backstage. It's not like I followed her page. It's not like you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He could have he could have answered that, but he didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not up to me to write his raps for him. You know what I'm saying, right?
Up to him sometimes, I heard. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so in closing, this lawsuit is just a great big L. I don't know who gave him the idea. The only possible W I see in this is if he manages to keep that song out of the Super Bowl, I will consider this a win for him.
I don't know if that's even a win. Because I feel like people are going to be drawn to the song. They're going to look it up then after that. Like, what song was that that he wanted to keep out of the Super Bowl so bad? I do want to say again that the only real win, obviously, is UMG, which is the problem. And also, I wanted to pull this back a little bit to the controlled demolition of hip hop. Like, it just feels like
I hear you, but I think I don't think that you could demolish hip hop. And I think if there's any demolition, it's the music industry in its entirety. I think if anything, what this would probably do is rejuvenate hip hop, and like I said, it'll take us away from the culture vultures and back into the actual culture. So I don't think hip hop's going anywhere. I know we were supposed to get the good out of our eyes before we started.
No, I just saw it in the camera. It looks a little bit rough. That's okay. I got things to say. Let's go.
Are you really gonna be eating through this thing? Okay, so you want to get that bite in? You good?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want like another 5 or 10 minutes? You all right? Okay. No, I'm trying to. Okay.
You want me to read it?
Well, no. I had to hide the floating meeting controls. Otherwise, I can't really see everything. It like covers up everything, but it wasn't giving me the prompt, so I was having to find it, and I looked retarded for a few seconds.
Okay.
You know, it'll make the closing probably.
Hey.
At any rate.
But I'm saying there is an effort. It feels a lot like when J. Cole said that they want to see blood, they want to see the beef. They don't care. They don't care what happens as long as their goal is